Welcome everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the new Magikeys archetype from the OCG pack Dawn of Majesty. First we have this guy. His name is Magikeys Skyblaster Clavis. He is a level 4 Dark Warrior type normal monster with 1900 attack and defense. His flavored text says, "Every person is brimming with potential. To go or to stop. To close or to open depends on yourself. There are many doors in this dazzling world. What opens them is a magical key. 2 keys and 1 door, 2 wills and 1 form. If the door is opened, the world shall be connected, and an enormous power shall reveal itself." Well, if that isn't based off of the Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts, then I don't know. Alright, the next card is Makenju. I'm just kidding, I'm not going to even try. Magikeys Blaster Bottle Buster. This is a dark level 4 machine ritual tuner effect monster. Wow. Ritual tuner. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the first time we've had a ritual that is also a tuner. That's amazing. Okay, 2000 attack, 2200 defense. You can ritual summon this card with Magikeys Maptea. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is ritual summoned, you can add 1 Magikey card from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, when an attack is declared involving this card and an opponent's monster with the same attribute as a normal monster or Magikey monster in your graveyard, you can place any number of cards from your hand to the bottom of the deck, and if you do, negate that opponent's monster's effect until the end of this turn, then draw cards equal to the number of cards you placed. Okay, so the first effect is pretty good. If it's summoned, you automatically get a Magikey card from your deck. Not monster, not spell, nothing, it's card. That's pretty good. You can search the ritual spell, you can search the normal guy who was above. It's not bad. Okay, the second effect is... it's okay. It's not great, but it's not bad. When you attack, you can negate an opponent's monster's effect, and you can also replace your hand if you have a terrible hand. So, it's not terrible. Alright, next up, we have Magikeys Cannon Garisvet. This is a level 8 Earth Machine Ritual Effect monster with 2000 attack and 2800 defense. Its effect states, you can ritual summon this card with Magikeys Maptea. You can only use the second and third effect of this card's name once per turn each. First effect, gains 300 attack for each monster attribute in your graveyard. So it looks like a lot of these effects are going to be based off of the attributes, specifically in the graveyard. That's an interesting mechanic. It's like the element savers. It kind of reminds me of them. Next effect, when your opponent activates the effect of a monster with the same attribute as a monster in your graveyard and you control this card ritual summoned using monsters with 2 or more attributes, quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that monster. And the third effect, if this ritual summoned card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Magikey monster from your deck to your hand. Alright, so first Magikeys Maptea, that's the same card mentioned in the other text, so this has got to be the ritual spell. Gains 300 attack for each monster attribute in your graveyard. It's not fantastic, but it can help. Okay, but the second effect is what's really good. If you can summon this with 2 different attributes, you can negate an opponent's monster and destroy that monster, so we already have some kind of effect negation using this archetype. It's actually not bad. Okay, and the last effect, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Magikey monster from your deck to your hand. Only sent, doesn't have to be destroyed, doesn't have to be sent by your opponent's card, just sent. That's really good. Alright, let's keep going. Okay, this next monster is Magikeys Summon Beast Ancialabolas, I suppose. Alright, this is a level 4 Dark Beast Fusion Tuner Effect monster. Another tuner, that's pretty cool. So obviously the first thing that I noticed about this is it's a level 4. You're just going to instant fusion this out most likely. However, if you do fusion summon it, that would be using materials of one Magikey monster and one non-token normal monster. So you use any Magikey plus the normal guy from the beginning. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is fusion summoned, you can add one Magikey Maptea from your graveyard to your hand. Not bad, that's the ritual spell card. Once per turn, you can target one opponent's attack position monster with the same attribute as a normal monster or Magikey monster in your graveyard. Change it to defense position, and if you do, it loses 1000 defense. And effect number 3, banish any monster destroyed by battle with this card. Okay, so the first effect is pretty good. It actually gives you incentive to actually fusion summon it to get the ritual spell card from your graveyard back to your hand. And the second effect is not bad either. You can change an opponent's monster to defense, make it lose 1000 defense, and then attack over it and banish it with the third effect. The only problem is you have to have an attribute in your graveyard that matches your opponent's monster's attribute. Alright, let's check out the next card. Okay, here we have Magikeys Summon Dragon Andromebus, something like that, I don't know. Alright, level 8 Wind Dragon Fusion Effect monster. What's with all of these wind dragons coming out? Not bad. Okay, attack 2800, defense 2000. The materials to summon this monster are one Magikey effect monster and one non-token normal monster, the same as the other level 4. Okay, first effect, when fusion summoned, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects. That's pretty good, no response to this card. You just summon it and it's there. Number 2, once per turn, you can target one normal monster or Magikey monster in your graveyard. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls with the same attribute. That's pretty good too. If you do happen to have the same attribute in your graveyard, you just Magiki your opponent's board. Not bad. Effect number 3, once per turn, if an opponent's monster with the same attribute as a monster in your graveyard is destroyed by battle or card effect, and you control this card fusion summoned using monsters with 2 or more attributes as material, you can draw 1 card. Okay, so what's notable about this is if any monster is destroyed by card effect while you control this, and you summoned it using monsters with at least 2 attributes, which shouldn't be really that difficult, you can draw a card. So not bad, as a draw effect, it's getting pluses. And so this guy is not bad. I think this is probably the boss monster of this deck because it looks like the next card is a spell card. So that's it for the monsters, I think. Okay, next the spell card. This is a normal spell card. It is called Magikey Maptea. So this is the one they were talking about in the other monsters effects. Okay, the effect of this card is fusion summon one Magikey fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material, or ritual summon one Magikey ritual monster from your hand by attributing monsters from your hand or field whose total level equals or exceed the level of the ritual monster. If you control a normal monster, you can also send one normal monster from your deck to the graveyard as fusion material or as one of the monsters required for the ritual summon. Wow! This is a really good card. It's like an advanced ritual art and a brilliant fusion all in one card. This is actually really good. So a card that can fusion or ritual summon. I really like it. I'm a fan. Alright, let's see if anything else can top that. Okay, we have a field spell here. Let's see what this does. This is Magikey Unsealing. It is a field spell card. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. You can only activate 1 of these per turn. And you can only use the third effect of this card's name once per turn. First effect, when this card resolves, you can add 1 Magikey monster from your deck to your hand. I mean, that's the best effect you can have on a field spell. If you just activate it and you get a card, that's amazing. Second effect, the first time each normal monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect each turn, except tokens, it is not destroyed. Okay, so this is kind of like a half normal monster support also. So you can protect your first guy, the level 4 normal with 1900 attack and defense, or maybe you're going to be running some other kind of normal monsters in here. We'll have to see how people build this deck. The third effect states, during your main phase you can add 1 Magikey Maptea from your deck to your hand, then place 1 card from your hand on the bottom of the deck. Oh my god. The synergy is amazing. So you can just add one card, then you can just shuffle that card back and add one of the Ritual Fusion spell card. That's actually not bad. It makes it so that you still stay even in card advantage. I'm a fan. I really like this effect. Okay, next we have a trap. This card is called Connected Magikey. It is a normal trap card. First effect, target one normal monster or Magikey monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Then you can apply one of these effects. Fusion summon one Magikey fusion monster from your extra deck in defense position, using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. Next, ritual summon one Magikey ritual monster from your hand in defense position by attributing monsters from your hand or field whose total level equals or exceeds the level of ritual monsters. Okay, so this card is basically just a recursion from the graveyard or another way to fusion or ritual summon. Not bad, not bad, let's keep going. Okay, next we have a counter trap card. This card's name is Magikeys Lock Unlock. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. When your opponent activates a spell or trap card while you control a Magikey ritual monster or a Magikey monster special summoned from the extra deck, negate that activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Then you can declare one attribute, and if you do, all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls become the declared attribute until the end of this turn. Okay! This is how you change your opponent's monsters to the attributes so you can get the full effects of the monsters. Not bad, this combos with the other monster that negates monster effects, so we have a spell and trap negate and a monster negate. This also tells me that we're getting more Magikey extra deck monsters in the future because first, we have two tuners. We have no synchros. So that has to come. And next, we have two level 4s, probably going to be an XZ monster eventually, maybe even another normal monster. They only have one of those. So far, it's really promising. I really like this deck. I am going to try and build a deck based off of just these cards for now. I'll probably upload that later next week. Until we get more cards though, I don't think it's going to be super competitive. We'll have to see. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in today, checking out these new cards with me. Let me know in the comment section what you think about them, what cards you might like to try to use with this deck, and also any other archetypes you might like to try to use with this deck. And of course, if you could, like the video, subscribe if you want, and until next time.